And a good day, everyone. I'm your host, Randall White. It is time now to hear insight from the best of the best, the gurus of bargains, the luminaries of budget travel. And this week, we welcome Lesley Carlin with TripAdvisor.com. So typically we focus more on like the bargain side of things, but this time around we wanted to focus on the top destinations, the best of the best, the up and coming spots to travel this year. You know, there's always different cities that are sort of in vogue to go visit, or locations. And there's a new list out from TripAdvisor. And these are all just like our previous guest, based on where the new surge of activity on their site is coming from. And Lesley joins us now. Hi, Lesley.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, we're excited to have you because I always sort of want to know where to go. Not that I want to follow the crowds, but your list is more, these will be the next big thing.
Right, yeah, that's what we were trying to find in this, not just the cities that are perennially popular with travelers, but the ones that over the past year have really shown growth and interest on our site.
Well, I'll tell you, the first one that we'll discuss is Austin, Texas, and my mom is from the Austin general area. She was born just outside of Austin, and I have wanted to go to Austin for the longest time. What was it, maybe 6 months ago, Patty? We had someone from the Austin Convention and Visitors Bureau on the show.
Yes.
To talk about the different activities and food you can eat. It's such a foodie city. So what are TripAdvisor users saying about Austin that makes it so popular?
Well, I think South by Southwest, the festival, music and interactive and film stuff has a lot to do with it.
Right.
It's just been a lot of people go there for that, but like it so much that they end up going back at other times of the year.
Yeah.
So it's got a really cool vibe to it, but it's also very laid back. So there are a lot of great restaurants and cool nightclubs, but not a lot of hipster attitude. And I think our travelers really appreciate that.
Interesting. Not a lot of hipster attitude.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by that. That
Yeah.
can be a little off-putting sometimes
Yeah.
when you're on vacation. You don't want to feel like you have
You
to.
don't belong.
Yeah. It's just very casual and, great foodie scene, as you said.
I love that. And so looking at your list here, it really is spread out throughout the United States. I was a little bit bummed out that there weren't any California locations, but we've been a popular, the state as a whole has been extremely popular forever.
Right.
So
and these are kind of looking at the up-and-comers. So the next one on the list is a little bit surprising to me. I know it's a great city. I've heard so many good things about the food in Memphis, but what makes Memphis next on the list?
Well, Memphis is also big for food and for music. So for any diehard music fan, you got to go to Graceland, Sun Records. It's still a great place to hear, blues music.
Oh, yeah.
And the food is just great. The barbecued ribs, our travelers just love those.
Yeah, diet for
Yes.
several months prior to your
So
trip.
you can earn that.
Yeah.
I've never had so many fried things in one sitting than I did when I was in Memphis, and every single thing I had was delicious.
Yes.
It was really good. Yeah. I was there to do a piece on the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and so most of our focus was around the hospital, but we did get a couple of nights out on the town, and we listened to some fantastic blues music, and we had lots of terrific
You were walking
food.
in Memphis?
I was walking in Memphis with my feet 10 feet off the Beal. Is that what?
Off the ground? Or?
Yeah, something like that. At any rate, let's head to Colorado Springs now. I used to live in Boulder, Colorado, and would head down to the Springs from time to time. It is a beautifully situated city.
Yeah, and it's very popular with travelers who are interested in going outdoors. So really all year round, in the winter, obviously Colorado's huge for snow sports, but in the summer it's a great place to go biking or hiking, a lot of parks in the city. And actually there are some interesting hotels. The Broadmoor is there. That's one of the sort of grand dame old hotels of the country, like really old school luxury. But the rooms there start at around $190 a night, so it's also a pretty good deal.
Affordable. And they just had that horrific fire. So I know that the Colorado Springs area could use tourism dollars to help boost the economy.
Boost. Okay, so our next destination is Wicked Good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wicked good.
Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine?
That's their saying
Yeah.
in Maine. Wicked everything. Wicked good.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's wicked.
It's one of 2 Portlands that made the list. I don't know how often you have 2 cities that are named the same thing on
the
your
top
10
10.
list, but we'll start with Portland, Maine.
Yeah, Portland, Maine. It's I'm from New England, so I'm very familiar with Portland. It's another. It's just kind of hip and cool. It's on the coast of Maine, so you've got this kind of rugged New England seacoast vibe, but also lots of great boutiques and bookstores, cool restaurants and brew pubs. It's a really fun place to go for a weekend.
An awesome bagel shop is there. We had them on the
That's
show.
right.
Remember? I can't remember the name of it. It's the name of the bagel shop is their address.
Yes, it is their address.
It's something street, but I forget.
But
what.
you have it on Eat, Drink, Explore if anyone wants to research that. Really
Just
good stuff.
Search the word bagel. Exactly. Okay. Denver, Colorado, just up the road from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, another city in Colorado, and this is a great outdoor activity city. They've got 850 miles of bike trails, so if you're not there in the winter for the skiing, you can still definitely enjoy the outdoors. And the dining scene is fantastic. They've got a ton of James Beard Award nominee restaurants, lots of young chefs doing really cool stuff there.
And you can have a beer or 2 or 3. There's so many good, amazing
breweries.
Yes, in Denver. So 2 Front Range cities making it on the list there.
Yeah.
What's next, Patty?
We got Portland, Oregon, our second Portland on the list, and that I've only stopped through briefly in Portland, but what a great city!
I have a big heart for Portland. I love that city.
Yeah, and our travelers do too. They think the restaurants are great. The nightlife is a lot of fun. Lots of eclectic kind of bars there, and brew pubs, and it's a fun place to visit.
I almost took a job in the next city, Fort Myers, Florida. I didn't take it though because it was between Fort Myers or Madison, and I didn't want year-round humidity.
So you took snow,
right? I decided. I mean, for me, I just didn't want that. But a lot of people love to flock to Florida, and apparently Fort Myers is the new place.
Yeah, Fort Myers is good. You've got some great beaches over there. It's a great place if you're interested in deep-sea fishing. It's a good sort of jumping-off place for that. And you're also really close to Naples, which has more kind of upscale restaurants and hotels. It's a neat part of Florida. It's not crazy like Orlando or sort of super busy like Miami. It's more laid back.
Okay, so our next stop is my hometown, Phoenix, Arizona. And really, I understand this. Who wouldn't want to go hang out with my family?
As you just did for the holidays. You know what? We have to wrap it up there. Phoenix, Dallas, Texas, and then Gatlinburg, Tennessee round out the list. You can find a link to the complete TripAdvisor list and what makes each city so special, including a list of the top 10 world locations at our website, eatdrinkexplore.com. Lesley Carlin with TripAdvisor. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, stick around, everyone, because next hour we speak with the owner of Drake's Bay Oyster Farm. Lots of controversy there as
Can't wait to hear about this.
Federal government works to shut them down. And then also interesting gift ideas for the holidays. The foodies on your list
stay
that
tuned.
like to do things at home. And then we'll talk about working honey into your holiday recipes. You're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network. I'm your host, Randall White, joined by Patty Piper, and we're back in just a little bit.